This is the high river country of the great Northwest, unspoiled by man. A region of cool, crystal lakes and towering snow-capped mountains where rimrock ledges climb upward toward the timberline. Wild horse herds range these lonely hills, a strong and canny breed that has, for the most part, never been broken to the will of man. They take refuge in hidden valleys and lost canyons where the footprint of man is seldom seen. In winter, only the strongest can survive. And when the snow is gone, they come down out of the far hills to graze upon the green pasture land. Protectively guarding them is a stallion, their leader, who rules the wild horse herd by brain as well as brawn, watching over them, an alert sentinel against all attack. From among the herd, he selects a mate fit for a sovereign of his rank, a spirited Palomino mare for whom he would brave any danger. The white stallion is truly the monarch of all he surveys, but the ranchers brand him a killer, dangerous to man. Time and again, they have tried to capture him, but with no success, until he has become almost a legend, even to his enemies, the men who ride the vast range of the Great Barbee Ranch, a realm long controlled by Sam Bennett.
Hello? Wonder where everybody is.
There you are. It's always good to have a few chickens on a reception committee, ain't it?
Everything looks the same. Say, what was the name of the foreman who signed that letter?
Chris Johnson.
Don't know him. Well, I guess they got a lot of new fellows around here by now.
Oh, naturally. Nice looking stock up there. Hey, you! Hey, where do I find a foreman here? Come on, give me some hospitality. Who's in charge here? Oh, you want to play rough, huh?
Now, you long-winded, short-horned scissorbill, you almost made me lose tally.
It's a good thing you turned around, lady.
Why?
Because you look much better that way.
What are you selling?
I'm looking for the foreman.
You're talking to the foreman.
Don't give me that stuff. I'm looking for Chris Johnson.
I'm Johnson, Christine Johnson.
You're the foreman?
Look, this is not a dude ranch. What is it you want here?
Lady, my partner does all the talking for me. Partner, step up and talk to the lady.
Well, I tell you, ma'am, it's... Oh. Could you use a couple of hands?
I beg your pardon? What did you say?
Oh, I said, ma'am, could you use a couple of hands? We're both good men and mighty mindful of anything we're told. Ain't we, Clem?
Oh, yes, mighty mindful, ma'am.
And seeing as how this place looks kind of run down, we thought maybe you could use a couple of good men.
Well, it wouldn't look so run down if the shiftless, thick-skulled fiddlefoot who owns this place would show up and do some honest work for a change. Funny. He usually hates strangers.
Oh, well, you see, ma'am, I was out last night and I must have brushed up against a couple of cats. Anyway, ride, rope, or wrangle, you name it and you got it. That's why they call Clem here Wild Horn Medford. And me, well, you can just call me Clarence.
Tell me, how are you with an iron, Clarence?
An iron? Well, ma'am, I don't like to brag, but, Oh, the sunflower.
The stem. I was referring to a branding iron.
Oh, my mistake, ma'am.
Okay, you're hired. Get over to the bunkhouse and line up some work clothes. We can always use men.
Thanks, Muscles. Mrs.
Miss. But not often. Oh, darn. Broke a nail. Oh, come on, Flame.
Dan, that's the wrong kind of woman for you to fool around with.
Why?
Why? Did you notice the way that dame shot that gun with her eyes wide open?
So what?
So what? You know doggone well that half the guys in this country are alive simply because most gals shoot with their eyes shut. Now, why don't you go down and tell her who you are before it's too late?
Relax. Give me a couple of days and I'll have her back riding side saddle. I want to get her out on the limb a little before I saw it off. Well, I guess there isn't much I can say except I want you to know I never stop missing you. So long, Dad.
Hey, Dan. Oh! Oh, Clarence, this bunk is harder than that lady foreman's heart.
Barker said you showed up during the war when they were short-handed. Before that, Nobody seems to have a line on her. But I'm positive I've seen that face before.
Why don't you try placing her by her figure? It might be faster.
What's that? Jed. Oh, nothing at all. That's just the warning bell.
Fired, Bill?
No, the foreman notifying she's on her way over. So we can cover up decent.
You'll get used to it. Just one of her ways.
Second bell, she'll be right in.
Mile away. You old reprobate. Where have you been all day?
Miss Chris, I've been around all the time. I just stepped out for a minute to get a little breath of fresh air.
And you've got the breath all right. If you weren't an institution around here, I'd have fired you long ago.
Oh, Miss Chris, you wouldn't fire old Mile away, would you?
Hello, boys.
Well, doggone my button.
Hold it! Don't make a move. There he is. I'll get him. I'll get him. Oh, I missed him.
God.
Watch your head. Stay where you are. You don't know me. Don't say a word.
You don't know me here.
Just nailed him in time. Boy, they sure grown big around here.
What?
Horsefly, ma'am. Only thing in the West he can't ride. Pardon the interruption.
I won't keep you a minute, boys. I was thinking, with all those brood mares back, we ought to put somebody on night herd again.
That's a good idea, Chris.
Yep.
Especially with a white outlaw on the loose.
Of course, I hate to ask any of you fellas who have been working hard all day to spend the night in that lonesome, damp, cold corral. So, I guess it'll just have to be, Clarence. Thank you, Clarence. It's nice of you to volunteer. Well, good night, boys.
Night, Chris.
Let's turn in, fellas.
Well, my boy, let's have a look at you. Hey, you've changed. You're madder than you used to be.
Something he's eating, but he can't swallow it.
Night herd. Me.
Chris must have got you mixed up. She called you Clarence.
I'll tell you about that later. Mile away, I want you to meet an old buddy of mine. This is Iron Mike Kirby. Pig iron.
Hey, front like that must cost you a heap of money. Kirby? I hear tell you, you do all that fancy talking at the rodeo.
That's me. Come down and shoot number 7 on volunteer.
Save it. And this old coot is Mile Away Jones. We call him Mile Away because whenever there's any work to be done...
He's always a mile away, huh?
We'll meet the new chap.
Speaking of work, if you'll pardon the expression, aren't you supposed to be doing night herd?
You don't think I'm spending the night out there with those broodmares just because a powerful Katrinka thinks they need a night nurse. Oh, no, not me. Not while I can lie here nice and cozy and listen to old Mile Away blowing instead of the wind. Lights out.
The white stallion sped through the night over mountain passes and rocky canyons in a frantic search for his mate. In the conflict between man and horse, the ranchers had, for the moment, the upper hand. They had captured his Palomino mare and most of his herd and penned them into the corral at the Bar B Ranch. At long last, spurred on by courage and loyalty, the wild horse leader reached his imprisoned mate.
feeling nothing. I just seen you's about to get hurt, so I steps in and...
Let the whole herd get away, you big blundering nuthead.
But you were standing right in the way, and you're gonna jam.
Well, all I had to do was heel it. Another second or two, and I would have had them turned.
You want us to saddle up, ma'am?
Oh, no, not yet.
We better get organized if we hope to get our stock back by shipping time.
I know.
This time of year, Rainbow River will be a good meeting point.
Yes. This may be a long haul. Mile away.
Yes, sir.
Better get the chuck wagon loaded and ready to roll.
Yes, sir.
Come on, boys.
Yes, ma'am.
Clarence.
Now, will you tell her who you are?
Not yet. I want to give her a little more rope.
You better watch your own neck. Oh!
Mile away.
Yeah?
You know that white horse that raided our corrals last night?
Yeah.
That's the finest piece of horse flesh I ever laid my eyes on. I can't get him out of my mind.
You ought to remember that horse, Daniel.
What are you talking about?
He's the same little old spindly-legged colt that you brung in out of the snow.
The one I named Blizzard?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No, he took out to the hills right after you left the ranch. Whew, he's give us a heap of trouble since then. Turned killer. They call him the White Outlaw now.
Why, that little broomtail used to follow flaming me all over the place, begging for sugar.
Yeah, you used to let him tear your sugar pocket open and I'd have to sew it up again.
Well, why don't somebody bring him in?
Because he's greased lightning and dynamite mixed. Oh, he looks innocent enough when you see him standing in the middle of his herd with his Palomino mare and a colt grazing quiet like off to one side. But make no mistake about it, that white stallion is always ready for trouble. I heard tell about the time some long-fanged, slab-bellied wolves, hungry, mad, and smarter than all get-out, came along. They wanted no truck with that stallion. They had their eye on that yellow-tailed mare of his, and they're cold. I'll be darned if that spindly-legged half-pint colt of hers don't take it into his head to wander off into the thicket, just like a kid straying away from his ma at a county fair. That's all those red-eyed, dripping-jawed hounds is waiting for. And that, Daniel, was your White Outlaw.
The White Outlaw, huh?
Yep.
Greased lightning. And showy, too. Why, with that horse, I could top every rodeo in the country.
Now, wait a minute. I thought you was aiming to stick around here for a while. Sort of stay put and take over.
Nope, I've got a lot of rodeo dates. I'm due in Calgary next week. But I'm sure gonna have me that horse.
Well, that might mean you'd have to stick around. That is, if you're going to be stubborn about having him.
Oh, I'm not stubborn about anything. I'm just going to have him, that's all.
And you ain't leaving till you get him?
That's right.
Then you ain't leaving, son. 'Cause that horse ain't fixing to get himself got.
Well, I'll have to admit, she had some pretty fair ideas about that roundup.
She stands a good chance of trapping that White Outlaw, too.
Oh, no, she's not that smart. If I remember Blizzard, the thing start popping, he'll have a few ideas of his own. So long, boys.
Where are you going?
Oh, I'm gonna take a little ride.
Now look, Daniel, you start sneaking off like this and Chris is gonna chew you good.
Hey, Rocky!
Hi, Chris.
Sure you didn't miss any of the gaps?
I'm all blocked off for 5 miles back. The flap cables like these. There's some other surprise to keep them headed right. We done everything you told us, ma'am.
Good. Might even turn up the white outlaw.
Fine chance.
That's the boy. Keep right on going. You're going my way. He's smart enough to cross the river, and I think I know where he's going to come out.
Okay, boy.
Go get it. Get it. Got yourself into a trap, eh, Blizzard? Easy, boy. That's it. Take it easy, Blizzard. You're not going anywhere. We got a lot to talk about.
Put him up in the back corral. We won't take any chances this time.
Yes, sir. Open the gates, Bill!
Howdy.
Hello.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I sure didn't mean to ride off like that, but my horse shied. First thing I knowed, I was way over the ridge there.
You don't have to explain, Clarence.
You mean you ain't aiming to rawhide me?
I'm sure you had your reasons.
The best reason in the world. Right out there in the breaking pen.
The White Outlaw.
Yes, sir.
Breaking pin, huh? Is that the rocking chair you intend to use?
That's it.
Look, in the tack room, there's a 16-inch saddle with bucking swells and a double cinch. Don't you think you better use that?
Is that an order, ma'am?
No, just some good advice.
Then I'll use old Betsy.
Okay. But please, don't break him too fast. I want to freshen up a little. And, this I've got to see. Oh, I see. Well, thanks for letting me know, Oscar. Bye.
Chuck wagons in. Here's some bills I brung you from the grocer. Something wrong, Miss Chris?
Mile away, did you know that Dan Bennett has put this place on the market? That he's planning to sell it?
Yes, seems like he kind of mentioned to me the other day on a postcard he sent me.
Postcard. Ever seen him before?
Doggone if he don't kind of pert in here look exactly like that new fella, Clan.
Mile away.
Yes, he's down.
Selling out the Barbie. Just ringing it up on a cash register so that he can go traipsing off again.
Ain't nobody ever been able to put a halter on that boy. His ears twitch every time he hears a train whistle.
I'm so mad I could spit.
Uh-huh.
Well, I could.
I knowed it was a mistake taking them cuspidors out of here. Now, Chris, there's no use you getting fussed up about this. I know that boy. He ain't taking off no place. He's got his heart set on something.
What makes you think so?
Well, he's fallen in love. He's a Bennett, stubborn. He ain't leaving here till he catches that white outlaw.
Oh.
Which maybe ought to be in about 12 years when that outlaw just plumb gives up out of old age. The white outlaw sure aged fast. Jumping Hulk Fat Dan was getting ready to break him.
Yes, and when he does, he breaks up the Barbie right along with it.
Hey, that's bad, Chris. Maybe you could make him change his mind. A woman's got ways a man ain't.
That big knucklehead.
Now, Chris, that ain't one of the ways.
And if you insist on breaking him, why don't you resort to modern methods? Get a couple of sleeping pills, put him in his oats. When he yawns, slap the bit in his mouth. Then when he wakes up, you're on him.
No, I'm going to take a gamble. That guy should know me. When I brought him in, I was a little too busy to get acquainted. I'm going to scratch his memory and see if I can make it light up.
You're going to scratch his memory? That's a horse. That ain't an elephant.
Well, if that doesn't work, I've got it all set with the boys. We'll ear him down and try it the hard way. Come on, Plain. I think that Clarence must have been kicked in the head when he was a kid.
Yeah, he sure ain't bright trying that.
Hi, fella. You remember us, don't you? Same corral, same old friends. Long time no see. Hi, Blizzard. Voice sounds familiar, huh? Same guy, same dog, same old sugar pocket you were always nuzzling. Remember?
Is he silly enough to think he can break that outlaw single-handed?
Single-handed and Dan is one and the same, Miss Chris.
Oh, easy, boy. Easy. So they call you the outlaw, huh? Well, a fella can get a reputation like that without half trying. Whoa, whoa, boy, whoa. Whoa, boy.
Stay with him.
Hang on him, Dan! Open that gate!
Wait! Give me a blanket! Don't make a move, anyone!
Oh. Careful, Miss Chris.
I'm going to get him out of there.
Hold it, Mike. Any sudden move will take his eyes off that blanket. And it's curtains for both of them.
Pick him up!
Don't think he's hurt bad.
Into the house.
What hit me? Oh, yeah, the horse. That lump on my head feels like a golf ball.
From here, it looks more like a knuckle.
Well, ma'am, I'm sure going to give that sun-fishing son of Satan a going over tomorrow.
I'm afraid not.
Oh, don't worry about me, ma'am. I'll be all right.
The white outlaw's gone.
Gone. Oh. How did he get away?
I turned him loose.
You what?
Yes, I turned him loose.
Why?
Mr. Bennett. That's one romance you'll have to prolong.
Oh, I see. You're in on everything.
That's why I'm foreman.
Do you realize what you've done?
Do you realize what you're doing? Putting the Barbie up for sale. That isn't what your father wanted.
He led his life, and I'm going to lead mine.
But you haven't even given this place a chance. You haven't even taken time to look around and add this thing up and think. Now, if you want that horse so much, maybe this will keep you around until you do think. For a change.
I had great plans for that horse. But you wouldn't understand. You've never rodeoed. You've never heard the roar of a crowd or seen a grandstand blow its top.
I'd like to show you something. You see, I was raised in cattle country, too.
Say.
Read this one.
U.S. All-Round Cowgirl Championship, New York Gardens, Honey Johnson. Honey Johnson?
Mm-hmm.
No wonder you look familiar. I saw you ride at Pendleton.
And I saw you win at Cheyenne. But what does that mean? That was a long time ago. And I found out since then that there are a lot more important things in life.
So what? You had no right to turn my horse loose.
As long as I'm running the Bar B, I'm going to do anything I think should be done.
Then start packing.
I'm fired?
You're fired.
Oh. Wait a minute. Before you fire me or sell the ranch or do anything else, maybe you ought to know, Mr. Bennett. I'm slapping a lien on it right now.
A what?
A labor lien. I'll show you. A labor lien for back wages totaling $4,200 that you owe me. And that comes ahead of anything else in any court. Unless you have the cash, Mr. Bennett, that ought to hold you for a while.
Now, wait a minute. How come you let your pay ride?
So I could use the money to buy prize stock, to keep on building up the Bar B.
$4,200.
Mm-hmm.
The Calgary Stampede. Yeah. The big show starts next week, and it's loaded with prize money. Enough to take care of any labor lien you've got.
Well, I'm not going to take a step off this place till I get every dime that's coming to me.
I'll pay you off in full right after the stampede. So, lady, get ready to dig out your bedroll and drift.
The Calgary Stampede, the fastest outdoor show in the world. Cowgirls and cowboys, jockeys and Indians, competing with skill and daring for over $25,000 in prize money. The greatest array of rodeo events on any program anywhere, lasting 6 days through to the finale. On Monday, folks, it was Dan Bennett who won the day money in the horse bucking contest. Tuesday, Chris Johnson took the honors. Wednesday, it was Max Bell who nosed them both up. Thursday, it was Polly Burson who copped the top. Friday, Chris Johnson and Dan Bennett tied for first place. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the finals of the North American Championship Cowboys Bucking Horse Contest for a purse of $3,000. And now out of the chutes is coming a bronco-busting boy from Oklahoma. There he comes, folks. And here comes Happy Jim Parker. Yesterday's horse drove so high that we thought he was in the fireworks display. There he goes again, Happy Jim Parker. And now another lady entry, Sue Bell, on Upside Down.
That's Max Bell.
Oh, pardon me, folks, a correction. That's her husband, Max Bell. It's getting so now you can't tell the women from the men on a horse. No cracks, Max. And now coming out of the chutes, in my opinion, the greatest of them all, Dan Bennett. Here he comes now, folks. Come on, Dan. Ride him up there. against beast. Stick a fork in him there, boys. That horse is well done.
Well, he's top man up to now, Chris.
Yeah, I know. Wish me luck.
I'm a-wishing.
Yeah, for who?
And now getting ready in the chutes and back in competition for the first time in many years, Christine Johnson, formerly known as Honey Johnson. She's coming out! Now it's beauty against the beast. That's what they call the weaker sex. What a ride.
Say, that was a pretty fair ride.
Very good.
Nice going.
Hey, listen to that crowd roar.
Hey, they're cheering for you, Chris.
Oh, you think I'm on top?
Well, we're gonna know in a minute. Hey, if you win, what you gonna do with all that prize money?
Oh, it isn't that I want to win. I just want to make sure certain somebody else doesn't.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are making their final decision. And the winner is... Chris Johnson, but second and very close, Dan Bennett. They're all lined up for the wild cow milking contest. There they go. The women entrants will do particularly well here because there's a nickelback on every bottle.
Allow me.
The winner, Miss Polly Burson. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the track will be prepared for the jackpot event of every Calgary Stampede, the finals of the sensational chuck wagon race. How's it figure?
Not good. But what I'm short, I can make up in this chuck wagon race.
Winner of these finals rings up a lot of money.
Should be a cinch now that the Swain outfit's run into trouble.
Wasn't that too bad about that driver breaking his arm?
Just a pity, that's all. Just a pity.
Hey, Dan, you want to know something? The Swain outfit, the Flying S, just made an announcement they got a substitute driver. You want to know who it is? Huh?
Don't tell me.
All right, I won't. However, her initials are Christine
Johnson.
How did he guess that, huh?
Drivers, get ready. You will start when the horn blows. Strike camp, load equipment on your wagons. Drivers and outriders will first cut figure 8 around the barrels. Outriders must stay within 75 feet of their own wagon, but no hazing ahead. We have a last-minute substitution. Christine Honey Johnson will drive the J.J. Swain entry. All outfits, prepare for the starting signal. Are you ready?
Stand by, get ready.
Drivers, on your mark. Get set. There they go. They're off while they're still loading. Those drivers aren't waiting for anybody. They're racing around the infield barrels, heading for the track. There's no telling which driver will reach the track first and grab the lead. They're fighting for the lead as they come roaring around the turn. Watch out for spills. Bennett and Chris Johnson hit the track neck and neck.
For the second time. One more win, and it's his for keeps. Congratulations, Dan.
Thank you very much, sir. We had a great outfit. We were lucky to win.
The prize money. I'll have it all totaled up for you.
Thank you very much. Did you spot her?
Wow. You got enough hay there to choke a horse.
Yeah, enough to choke a certain filly anyhow.
Where is she? Over there. Labor, Leon, and all.
Excuse me, folks.
One rope, going right in, going right away, under the hammer to the highest bidder. Come on, folks. Under one rope, going right in, going right away, under the hammer to the highest bidder. Come on, folks. No delay, going right in.
Nice going, Danny. You sure put on a show.
Thanks. Excuse me.
You know, I thought for a minute there she had you.
Going right in. Step up this way. Step up closer.
There he was. She want a hot dog?
She's just disappeared into thin air.
Ah, it's that old magic trick.
But I'm gonna find it, Calamity Jane, and pay her off. If it's the last thing
Mr. Bennett. Congratulations. You were very lucky.
Lucky nothing. I worked like a dog for that prize money.
But you can be sure you've spent it well.
I've what?
You got the 4 finest horses in the whole auction.
Now, wait a minute. What horses? What auction?
$5,500 worth of the best horses the money could buy, already shipping on their way, just as your foreman instructed.
Give me that slowly.
I've got the Barbie signed receipt right here. Ship and acknowledge Dan Bennett per Christine Johnson, foreman of the Barbie. Say, Johnson's still your foreman, is she?
Yeah, I guess so. $5,500. That's every cent of the prize money I won. Well, that leaves me about $4.
She figured it pretty close.
Yeah. Look, mister, I don't want those horses. Call them back. Have another auction.
Wait a minute. The auction is over until next year.
But I didn't authorize any bidding.
All right, take that up with your foreman.
Don't worry, he will.
If you don't pay that bill, you don't leave the fairground. I'll slap a lien on everything you've got.
Did you say lien?
I said lien.
Oh, brother, these are the lean years.
You.
Hello. Did you hear about the wonderful horse buy I made?
Yes. And right now, murder would be in order. If I had the money to pay a lawyer.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bennett. If you don't have the money to pay my lien, we've nothing further to talk
Ladies
about.
and gentlemen.
Oh, yes.
May we have your attention in the center of the field, please?
All that dirty
We're about to begin the
things it's ever
fireworks.
been my misfortune to run into. You
Come
are...
on, Joe. They're going to start the fireworks.
Well, let me tell you, Dan Bennett, if you think
What did you say? Can't you talk a little louder? I can't understand you. Yes, that's it. What about my prize money?
I can't hear you.
But what about if you have to spend my prize money for those poor horses? And you double-crossed me, by the way. You took my prize money and spent it for those horses. What do you...
Shut up! Tie her up.
Chris, look, Chris, when Miloway says that he hates to see you give up now, well, all I gotta say is me too.
Lean or no lean, I'm calling it quits. I just haven't been able to make a dent.
Don't you even want to know where he's going?
No, I know where I'm going, and it's away from here.
Doggone it, Chris, you can bust him down. Why, if I had a gal like you, I'd go for her like a sick cat for a hot stove.
It's no use, Miloway. I was hoping when I bought those horses, he'd realize it's really a break for all of us. But I guess he's just not interested in the future of this ranch. Or any other kind of future.
Look, Chris, listen to this old-timer. When you're trying to break a horse and you get thrown off, you don't give up. What do?
Well,
You just grab yourself another hunk of mane and you hang on. That's what you do.
He's right. Now, you've been thrown, and maybe pretty hard. But there ain't a horse worth breaking that ain't gonna throw you at least once. But you stay right with him, because you never can tell when that change comes.
well, this isn't the same thing.
Maybe not, but that's what he's doing out there right now. That horse threw him, and he ain't gonna take that. He ain't gonna be satisfied until he gets his hands on that horse and pins him right down.
Seems to me that's one little lesson that's sure good for two. You just grab yourself a hunk of mane and you hang on.
That's the thing to do, Chris. Just hang on.
Hang on.
Hello.
Look, couldn't you manage to haunt someone else for a change?
It's a free country. I just happen to be going this way.
Which way? Why?
Well, there's a lot of rye grass on the ridges this time of year. I bet the white outlaw noticed it, too.
This is a rugged trail, and no place for a woman. Up here, it's every man for himself.
I'm glad you said that. Then it goes both ways.
It gets cold up there.
I'm sure I've been colder than you have.
That I know. I'm going to get that horse again, and this time I intend to keep him. That means I'm going alone.
Hello.
I give up.
That's good, because it's getting late and I'm hungry. Why don't we stop chasing around in circles and make camp? There's a lovely spot down there.
Now, look. I'll make my own camp. Here, Flame. Here, Flame. Here, Flame. Lost my dog.
You did?
Yeah, And a very funny thing has happened. I lost my saddlebag, too.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
What was in it?
Oh, nothing. Just my coat and my blankets and... oh, my food.
What a pity. Now you're going to be cold and hungry.
Oh, but you have enough...
Because like you said, up here it's every man for himself.
Yeah. Like I said, me and my big mouth. Come on, Flame. No, Flame. No. Hunger's just a state of mind. Hunger's only a state of mind. Hunger's only a state of mind. Hunger's only a state of mind. Hunger's only... Hunger. Boy, am I hungry. All right, boy. I guess I'm just being selfish. I've got to think of you. Hello. I wonder if you could spare some food for a poor, hungry dog. I mean him.
Oh, I guess I could. Heaven knows I've plenty. Here, Flame.
I'm just waiting for him. Sure seems to be enjoying it.
It's nothing. Just simple camp cooking. Bacon and eggs, pork and beans, assorted vegetables, nice hot bread and butter, cheese, hot coffee. But I know you don't want anything.
Not a thing.
Nothing?
Not a thing.
Oh.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Oh. Well, if you insist.
But I don't insist. All right. Oh, Dan.
Thanks. You had yours. Fire's burning out.
Well, that's all right. Let it go out. I'm warm as toast.
Well, I've got to admit, you certainly know how to cook. But this doesn't change a thing. I still say the open trail is no place for a woman. Ooh.
It does get cold up here, doesn't it?
Yeah. Didn't I tell you?
Too bad you lost your blankets.
Yeah. Say, he's got a fur coat. Come on, Flame.
Shh. He's asleep.
Man's best friend.
Did you ever try to snuggle up with a horse?
There he is. And please notice, he's traveling alone, too.
Look again. That Palomino mare that just waltzed up to him certainly isn't a mirage. Apparently, he likes company.
Well, probably he's having the same trouble I am.
I wouldn't say she was exactly twisting his hoof.
Let's go. Had enough? You want to call it quits? Huh? So your old memory finally lit up, huh? Sure, it's me. Dan. It's been a long time for you, too, huh? Here, I got some sugar for you. Well, you insisted on going swimming. But don't worry, there's plenty more home. Come on, boy. I had great plans for you, boy. But you're kind of stubborn about going back into harness. I can't blame you. I know how you feel. You belong out here. Now, come on. Get out of here. Go on. But the next time I see you, don't forget to say hello. Now, come on. Get out of here. Go on before I change my mind. Get out of here. Go on. Keep going. Go on, I said.
Why, hello.
Howdy. Hi.
Oh.
You really look beaten.
I am.
Too bad you failed to get your white horse.
Yep. He's too smart and too fast for any man. Nobody'll ever corral him.
You want to bet?
Anything.
Anything?
Anything.
Bet.
It's Blizzard.
Mm-hmm. Alias the White Outlaw. Please notice he's with the Palomino mare. I brought her in.
Why, Dan, he walked right into her corral without even knocking.
Yep, he followed her right in, just the way I figured he would.
Followed her? He didn't follow her. He was looking for me. I had that horse and decided to turn him loose.
Oh, sure. We believe you, friend, yeah.
He's my pal. My real pal.
Your horse is getting smart. He's gonna quit roaming for keeps.
Think so?
Yep. He's settling down now. And he's gonna be happy, too.
You think so?
Doesn't that prove something to you?
Yep. It sure does. Hey! Blizzard! So you want to give up your freedom? You're going to let a silly filly trap you?
You win. You win everything. You got what you wanted. But I still think that horse has got more sense than you have. I'm through.
See what you've done?